the way, you two handsome devils.
I absolutely love it when you call me that. Alex, thank you so much. Train is our second map, and I think Sapphire kind of touched on it. It is extremely hard to come back from a loss like that.
And what we were talking about as well, we assumed that was going to be WeRunThisPlace's map, right? That's what we thought.
You thought Cobblestone was WeRunThisPlace.
Exactly, and then it's actually WeRunThisPlace that didn't choose that. It's LDLC that picked Cobble. That's kind of nuts, considering their approach and the way they played the map. I thought they looked a little bit lost in it. So going into Train, I don't really have much hope for the map. I think this is going to be a clean 2-0. It's WeRunThisPlace looking incredibly hot right now. Giuliano stepping up, same with Vilga as well. I feel like this is going in one direction. What do you think?
I have to agree. I mean, they played so well. Their map control, we saw Giuliano going for that massive lurk play all the way through the B tunnels that caused the rotation. Vilga gets caught out. She can't run back to the A site. She actually, I think she did have the time. She didn't think she did, so she goes the other way. Yeah. Picks up a 3-kill regardless when she switches to the 5-7. Anti-eco, sure, but still she did it with a pistol.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just making the plays. And not only that, on the execution, we saw some lackluster plays from LDLC. They weren't Molotoving off the archway, clearly. They'd never really clued into the fact that Zaz was waiting in the corner. And so I think it's a little bit interesting to see how this is going to change. If that was their map choice and they didn't have the execution, how can they find it here on Train? That's going to be the hard part.
Train's definitely one of the more exotic maps. It's recently updated, of course. A lot of teams not really focused on this if you're a new team, but we'll see how LDLC approach it. I really don't have high hopes of them. It seems like WeRunThisPlace are hot contenders for this tournament, and it's going to be Giuliano and co who win the knife round here, so you'd assume they're staying CT side. It's not like Cobble, very CT-sided map, especially in these sort of matchups. So we'll see how this one breaks down. Looks like we'll be getting this one straight away. No real breaks here. Want to try and get through these series thick and fast before we get into dangerous territory in terms of timings. It's going to be LDLC on the T side. It's a bit of a nightmare proposition for them. Like I said, this map does require some sort of tactical. Oh, that's nice fingernails.
That is actually, that is cool. Baller. That's the R8. I did used to have that, Henry. How did you know?
Well, I just saw pictures of you before I met you. Then I kind of cleaned you up, and here you are, respectable.
Apparently, those nails are one-shots across the map randomly from Zaz.
Oh, you could do your rap right now.
Oh, the R8 rap. We could do it, but it's too late because we have started the pistol round. It's going to be a heavy utility from LDLC. 3 players are electing to go for the smoke, so they're trying to get the fast play onto the A side. On the other side, meanwhile, Nylon is the only one with a kit. She's in the swing position towards Zed Hall. And it's all 5 approaching from the front of the A site. Is this a drive-by, though? Leah's actually still anchoring on the B tunnels. Could they just throw 2 smokes, let CC go in, and then run to the inner site? That looks like what they may do in this position.
Yeah, this is a bait and switch mentality right now. 2 smokes out there, and we've got CC being taken down by Mimi there. Nice little headshot with the USP, a decent range as well. The inside execution will be coming in. They're smoked out for now. Need to act fast. Zaz and Nikki waiting though. Should be able to clear up here, but another decent smoke. Heavy utility play, like he said. Mimi getting her second, and Zaz chiming in as well. It's going to be 2 players remaining, trying to get the bomb down desperately here. Zaz is coming down from upper platform and does absolute amazing work there. Double headshot to finish things off. Bomb does get planted for LDLC, but it's a complete whitewash for WeRunThisPlace.
Those were the random one-taps on her fingernail right there. That was sick from Zaz. 2 quick shots. They never forced the rotation with those 2 smokes. They never pulled Zaz or Nikki away from that B site. So they had a good read on it. Mimi jumping above the smokes realized she'd only spotted 1 player within the site itself.
Yeah.
And she got that information easily. They could just sit back and wait. So really well done from WeRunThisPlace.
Yeah, it was an interesting approach from LDLC. They've obviously got something prepared on this map. 2 wall of smokes coming outside, trying to sell a fake out towards that area, pull some CTs towards the A site, but unfortunately not able to do much with it, and they still had Zaz and Nikki towards that inside area, and Zaz doing some incredible work there with the USP to finish things off. Bombs are get planted, like I said, so you'd expect AKs in the 3rd round here. Just some P250s and 1 Desert Eagle for LDLC at round number 2 here. We have got WeRunThisPlace with an MP9, MP7, Giuliano picking up a Tech 9 from last round. And this is actually very similar to what they were doing on Cobble as well. Happy to keep the pistols and the very low SMGs. They haven't got much in terms of utility left, just a couple of flashbangs, but they have got kits. So you would assume this round is just a case of LDLC trying to plant the bomb and trying to boost the money for that AK round next.
Alex is going to try and just tap down Ivy. Do any damage she can. Does pull a little bit. Pressure back to Ivy from the CT side. Mimi's going to get that kill though. Now they can go back a little bit more aggressive in that quad position we talked about in the pregame. Dinked up already as well, CC, when she goes for the re-peek with that Deagle, and Giuliano's going to try and take advantage of it. Nearly has the crosshair placement correct, but Giuliano picking up the kill. It's now just 3 to go, and no map control really gained. Watch the push as well in this inner hall right now.
Yeah, pincering the terrorists in the halls. It's going to be Giuliano coming from T-spawn, and she should be able to pick up a couple of kills here as well. He actually gets taken down by Leah's P250. Zaz with the MP9 gets Amy, and it's still a heavy advantage for WeRunThisPlace. Leah and Nasty remain. Like you said, no real control of the map whatsoever. Got to be trying to explore Pop Dog here. As Nasty makes her way down the ladder. Leah's already outside as well, but she will be dropped by Vilga, and Mimi finishes the round off as well. So they do find one kill on towards Giuliano, but don't really get anything for it. No plant. But this is where things get interesting, Matt. This is where they got the bomb down in the pistol, and they can bring rifles into this round. We can see WeRunThisPlace adjusting accordingly, though. AWP purchase for Giuliano, going to be a very strong prospect for them going forward. Nasty just got the Mac 10 as well, so you'd assume that would mean maybe going towards inside, get down that lower ramp and try and clear that area out with the Mac 10. We'll see what they decide to do here. Have got smoke grenades, and we know they have the sect executions available. We saw it on the pistol. But this is a big one. If WeRunThisPlace can win this round, they set themselves up for an amazing setup in terms of the economic game.
Absolutely, that's the big thing right now. Quick smoke at the top of the ramp inside. Giuliano going to anchor Ivy on the other side of the map. So action everywhere as they try and dissect the defense and potentially split them and divide within. Giuliano still, though, knows there's company out toward Ivy. She brought the support player over, Mimi, with the M4. That guys give room at the start of the site. They do face off against each other. Giuliano not able to get the initial shot. And Zaz now has company at the inner site. She'll fall back down. And still, though, even with this forced movement from the CTs, the Ts aren't really taking much advantage of it. They've got at least positioning in her, but the bomb, it's not ready to be grabbed or taken toward it.
Well, we have got Cici, who has got out of main entrance as well, and she's undetected for now. We'll have an opportunity to down. Vilga actually misses the shot slightly there and giving her position away as well, but doing decent damage there, actually taking Giuliano to 1 HP. Nikki on the other side of the map does get Amy, but the bomb still dropped towards the spawn area, and Nikki now is doing absolute work. A lot of damage inflicted, and Mimi does drop Cici in the end, and it's going to be a 5-on-3, and Nasty and Alex on very low HP indeed.
Now they'll go as well down the ladder, but Vilga still on top of the bomb train is able to take down Alex immediately. And that's the backside of their approach down. There would be no secondary play from Ivy after that. Nikki's got positioning at A main. There's really not much ground to be covered for LDLC. They've got a bomb down in the early pistol. That's what allowed that buy, but it's all falling apart economically since then.
Absolutely. No bomb plants once again. 3-stage loss bonus as well. We can see they can't really do much for this round. Going to be 4 smokes and just pistols. This would just mean full wall of smokes, potentially towards outside, try and get the bomb down, make things a little bit uncomfortable. And yeah, they are setting up for it right now. So just literally a bomb plant strategy. Get that bomb planted, get the extra cash for the next round, and potentially bring out an AWP. We'll see what they can do with this one. CT's very defensive right now. Zaz and Nikki towards inside. And the smokes you'd expect will be coming in momentarily for that execution and bomb plant attempt.
Giuliano, AWP, good shot, quickly takes down one from ladder, the second one as well. She finds CC in the jump, and she's not done yet, looking for more. Finally, Alex will come in on the flank and catch her off guard, but Nikki's there immediately to follow up. And if Alex was a little bit closer, a little bit sooner, perhaps Giuliano might not have been in quite a good position to take those two. You have to wonder if the timing was on a little better, what might have happened.
Yeah, did not get the bomb down in the end, so it's going to be 4-0 in favor of WeRunThisPlace. So the money's still reasonably strong for LDLC. You can see they have got that AWP on towards Nasty, and actually a double orb setup. CC chiming in with one as well, so got to be working the picks. It'll be a lot slower paced game this round, and we'll see what they can bring to the table. Obviously, Giuliano does get drops the AWP from the last round, and Zat actually going pretty aggressive towards inside. This is a dangerous face there, considering the orb's waiting for them as well. Nasty hoping she can find Zaz overextending slightly, but it's going to be a little bit more defensive now. Going to be going for the face again. Should be dropped here, but Nasty actually misses the shot. Alex does take down Giuliano towards Ivy, so finally we do have the advantage for LDLC here. And their time is in their favor as well. Can just work out where the reaction comes in from the CTs.
Vilga's going to bring Nikki up to her aid. Leaves Zaz alone to anchor the inner sight. Still LDLC on the perimeter. Scared to try and breach through. So Vilga spots one at A main. That'll give a bit more information, but it's Alex again that wants to come down from Ivy. She needs to time this, but make it viable, make it perfect to take out Vilga, because Vilga's still doing damage. He's got CC first, and Nikki's still in a prime position. Alex is going to try to walk in as Vilga's got her attention toward the ladder. She's got one more on Nasty. And no one there to trade from LDLC. Finally, Leah gets a frag on the board for them. But it's really just on a whim at this point that there's any chance. There's 3 players left in front of her, and she's nowhere near the site to plant. Mimi's going to find it again above the smoke.
So LDLC get that first pick onto Giuliano, but the round just crumbles around as they make their execute on towards the A bomb site there. Vilga stepping up once again, and some 5 for 1 right now, and a very strong series so far. Mimi on 9 for 0, so actually yet to die so far. And we go into round number 6. Here's maximum stage loss bonus for LDLC, but did not get the plant down, so not going to have much to work with here. Just Tech 9s and Deagles once again. Same sort of approach, 4 smoke grenades, so you'd assume would be what we saw before, but this time trying to be more successful with the plant. It will help get $800 extra onto each teammates, but they're actually opting to go towards inside here, so potentially smoking down lower ramp, smoking towards the connector, and just trying to once again get that bomb planted.
Zaz going to change her angle. She's been playing out toward the upper position at the bomb site beat. Quite commonly now she gets a little more aggressive. Entirely different setup because Nikki's going to watch upper. Molotov ready to go as well. You know when these pistols burst, they'll all go in spades, so that Molotov could actually be implemented correctly, and it will be. It's going to cut off any chance that they've got to get toward the bomb site. The bomb is dropped within the flames as well, and Nikki's got the other 2 from above the train. A perfect crossfire setup on the B site.
Absolutely. Flawless round there from WeRunThisPlace. Nice little crossfire setup, and the smokes did drop in from LDLC, but unable to plant once again. We go into round number 7. A gun round for the friend side. We'll have the all back on towards CC, and they've got a very strong buy going forward as well. All the equipment they could possibly want, 4 AKs, and we can see Vilga back on towards that AWP. She's going to be going towards main, just watching out that area, seeing if anyone does face it. He's going to have an opportunity. It's a very fast approach this time from LDLC coming out, and actually do some decent smoke grenades as well.
Giuliano with the AK peeks out toward Hell. She spots up one coming in. Finally, though, LDLC, they've got themselves some entry kills and some territory in the A site to work with. A bomb plant is definitely in the cards this round. Nikki limited back toward that Ivy position. It's Mimi that's going to find CC first, though. She's got Leah through the smoke just barely as well, and now it's suddenly a 2 versus 2. And there's still decent utility. That Molotov, they've got another one as well, is going to keep Nasty entirely locked away. There's kits on both players, and they're going to take advantage of this position and timing to bait out the second player. That's Amy, and they execute it perfectly. 2 Molotovs, you're not getting back out from the ladder room.
Oh, it's such a difficult round for LDLC to swallow. They're getting like the first 2 kills, getting the bomb planted as well as a 4-on-2 situation, but Mimi stepping up massively. They're using the incendiaries perfectly as well, just locking that player towards Pop Dog out of the round while they hunt for the other. And it's a full defuse coming in for WeRunThisPlace, and they take 7-0. LDLC changing up the pace there a little bit, Matt. Just going for a faster approach and smoking as they come out of A main. And it looked like they had the perfect setup there to take that round. Unfortunately, unable to clutch it out. And WeRunThisPlace continue their rampage here.
And Zaz again is going to go aggressive toward the upper position, try and get information to lock it down. And look what Giuliano's done again. She's got so much territory by pushing out beyond Ivy. The other 3 effectively at this point, although Nikki's going to wait just because Zaz is smoked off, could all go to the insides and the confines of the A site. Giuliano's even going to go for a flank. So if Mimi and Vilga can hold off this push, she'll be in prime position. Another bomb plant comes down. CC at least gets Mimi back. And we'll give them hell to work with. We know in a post plant that's a viable position. Giuliano, she's spotted up, but Alex goes down. She's still alive to fight with 32 HP. She may find more as well. The nade not necessarily going to bounce out, but it does do enough damage for Zaz to pick up the kill. Actually, the nade did get it, so either way, it was well executed, and now it's a 3 versus 2. Amy's got high position, but Nikki's already watching it. CC last alive. Nikki gets that as well. And once again, it looks like, all right, they're in the site.
Yep.
But it's just well-executed retake, and Giuliano had so much information.
This is the thing, Giuliano's positional control. These last 2 maps have been absolutely brilliant here, pushing Ivy this time and getting all the way to T-spawn and back towards main as well. Gets the drop on the players. But it was actually, this is impressive from LDLC. They have got strategies on this map, and they're getting the bomb down uncontested. It's very strong to begin with. They're just not holding the clutches off. And it's those that are around you need to be winning, unfortunately. If you're getting the bomb down before a frag's even exchanged, that's a perfect situation for a T-sided team. And the thing is as well, Train, getting the bomb down outside is one of the most difficult retakes in the game right now. But they should be winning these rounds. Unfortunately, they're not. 8-0 now. LDLC desperate to find a round here. Not going to have the orb this time. 5 AKs and smoke grenades with some Molotovs as well. And we'll see what Juliana brings to the table. Looking like she's changing up once again. This round actually towards Pop Dog, waiting for anyone to drop down here, and the T's making their way out towards main, it seems.
Mimi by the E-box this time is a little bit more forward, but once again, Giuliano, she's going to have heard all of that above her onto the ladder quickly as well. She's audacious. She wants in behind this before it even unfolds. Zaz has the information that they're on the way. She gets one kill, but Giuliano's right there. Even though the trade goes Nasty's way, damage done. Giuliano should pick up the triple. She will.
Yeah, Giuliano's just toying with this team right now, pushing behind them every single round. This time it's in Pop Dog. Gets behind 2 players who have stood in a Molotov as well. An absolute dream scenario. She gets 3 frags this round and brings her total into towards 9 as well. But Mimi stepping up with 13. We have got a pause coming in though, so a chance for LDLC to take stock on as to what's going on here. Obviously the game's running away from them a little bit. If they drop this, they are out of the tournament, so need to be very careful going forward. Need to be getting at least, I'd say, at least 4 going forward, man. They need to start getting some rounds on the board. Most teams, when they take a pause, they come back and win the next round. We've seen it actually a lot this tournament as well. Somehow it seems to bring teams to life, have a little discussion, calm down a little bit, and just work out how you're going to approach the next situation.
Well, and I think a big issue is obviously they're getting smokes into A now, and at least getting, we've seen now 2 bomb plants. That's at least a step up from where they were, but it's not like they have any plan afterward, and again, we didn't see timing on the Ivy position come into fruition quite so well, so they need to establish a post-plant setup that's a lot more viable.
We'll have a look at the cash for LDLC. They've got about 3,600 average on the team, and we'll see what they can bring to the table there. It would mean 3 players would be on Galil they forced into the situation. Could go for Tech 9s and the smoke grenades, but it's still a difficult prospect going forward. It's looking like WeRunThisPlace will be getting round number 10, but we'll see what LDLC can bring to the table. Obviously, a maximum loss bonus, getting $3,400 every single round, getting the bomb down, only boost that as well. So still in the pause, working out what they can bring to the table. I would say keep going with these A executions with the smokes, Matt, and actually getting the bomb down. You just need to be smarter in these types of situations. The crossfires don't seem very effective. They're playing a lot of 1-on-X situations instead of actually working together and facing multiple targets, but we'll see if they can do that. The tactic's not the problem. It's the team play once the bomb's down.
And how do they even attempt to improve it this far in? It's not impossible to pick up a few rounds on train in succession, as we know, and with their money as it is, they'll be able to buy into this one. The bigger problem is that it's going to take, with 3 players on 5 digits money, it's going to take at least 3 rounds to break them.
Sure. Well, they will be buying up into this round. LDLC have got the AKs, and it's actually Desert Eagle. So Leah fully invested into this round with the AK-47, and then pistols on the other players. They're saving their cash. They're relying on Leah to step up. It's not a huge deal. A lot of top teams will do this, and just have one player. Like you put a star player onto the AK, and he can open something up and make a kill happen, and the bomb's planted, and the Tech 9s can rush down, for example. It just means the next round, even if you do lose, they'll just be on a Tech 9, which is still fine with 4 AKs. So we're going into this one. The pause has been stopped. The problem is, WeRunThisPlace have had the chance as well to talk about this. I wouldn't be surprised if they went for some very aggressive Ivy play, go for that first pick, and just try and shut down any tactic that LDLC might be bringing towards them this round. Is actually going to be happening. Mimi and Giuliano aggressive towards Ivy. Perfect.
Pop Flash, though, catches them. Luckily, Mimi gets in behind the server. Giuliano gonna hold the fire. Mimi goes back out. Giuliano can't shoot through her, but thankfully she does keep it together. She'll pick up the triple kill. Leah at least got one in turn. Now, CC did take advantage of this to some extent. She's gotten inside of A, but didn't push all the way to hell, so she still has to battle her way through from that quad position. And Giuliano's already come back over to watch this now.
Oh, we've got CC and Amy remaining. 4 plays 2, and no bomb control either. Amy trying to walk towards that inside area, but CC's stacked and ready. Options are very limited, I have to say. CC doing what she can with the Desert Eagle, but it's going to be Giuliano getting her 4th of the round as well. Amy remains now 1 minute to play with and no bomb. You assume this round's going in one direction. It's going to be WeRunThisPlace taking round number 10, and no plant once more for LDLC, but this wasn't a heavy investment. They just had the pistols and 1 AK. So you assume next round is when they've got another attempt with that A execute and try and win the clutch situations. But Amy could actually find a kill here. There's the first one. Zaz gets dropped by Nikki to rectify the situation. As we get it is 10-0 in favor of WeRunThisPlace.
Again, though, another buy coming in. CC gonna go straight back to the AWP. She's had some impact with it, specifically on Cobblestone. We saw her find a few picks out toward long. She traded with Vilga on a couple different occasions. But in this game, she's gonna have to find something much more if they want any chance, and Vilga is the one that's gonna be on the AWP again, going against her. Giuliano, aggressive toward the front of the site. Initially, smokes that off, and she's gonna get in that ladder position once more, but Amy's found Zaz. That's the default player at B gone. That opens up a lot in terms of rotations.
Well, 5 and 4 for LDLC. They have been in this position before and thrown it away in the clutch situations. Damage coming through the windows there, and is actually CC making that AWP work as Vilga gets dropped. 5 and 3 now, surely around for LDLC.
And if they dare go down this ladder with Giuliano's position, they better throw a pop flash, because she's pretty much fully blinded no matter what, being that close to it. And Amy's gonna consider the peek. The gun barrel didn't quite overextend the vision, so Giuliano doesn't know that she's exactly there just yet. And here it goes. Pre-fire, though, from Nasty. They're not even going to go for pop flash play. Try and force her back. They're waiting out toward Ivy, so they will have to go down here and confront her at some point in time. This is the other side of it, so this is exactly it. So with the one player at the bottom of the ladder, 2 out toward Ivy, 1 on A main. It's going to be all 3 approaches. Giuliano gets aggressive, has to force the issue. Similar style to Fnatic, you could say. Try to take the fight when you're down rather than get complacent, but you can't hit the shots just yet.
Only 25 seconds remain now. LDLC need to be careful and work out where they're going on this one. Looking at what they're committing towards. Maybe it's Giuliano to get the first frag and get the bomb as well. Amy coming back in straight away.
Crucial trade, because now they can push that bomb toward the site. 17 seconds left. They'll get the plant. And Alex is going to get Mimi. It might actually be the first round for LDLC, as it's all on Nylon down the ladder and into the grave she goes. Leah's got it. Now, they may have won that round, thankfully keeping 4 alive. It's something to build on, but they have to be weary of the reset.
Indeed, that's the big problem here going forward. But they did keep a substantial amount of players alive there, actually 4 of them surviving. So they should be able to buy next round regardless. They have got the AWP on CC as well. She's on 2 for 10, but one of her kills last round was very influential in getting down the first pick. As the scoreline does come in 10-1 now. Vilga's back on their AWP. And we'll see what LDLC bring to the table here. Looking like they're setting up for another AXQ. Shooting the windows out there to help the smokes on their way. And no aggression coming in from the CTs this time. It's going to be Giuliano towards Ivy. Looking to go push up a little bit though with the smoke she's run at the end.
Giuliano, quick pop flash out, but gets taken this time. So CC, she'd been waiting the last round in this position with the AWP when she had it for the same reason. And this time it comes to fruition. Giuliano does overextend, and finally a gift given toward LDLC, but a job not completely done just yet. Vilga's still here to confront this Ivy. And she's gonna go ahead and throw out a smoke, which buys more time as well.
They've got that man advantage once again. 5 and 4. And 1 minute to play with as well. They still have all their smokes available, so those executions would be absolutely fantastic right now with the player advantage. There's Nasty scouting in that inside site and working out where the CTs may be, and whether there's a reaction coming in. So far, it's just going to be Zaz there by herself. And the bomb's still down. Time ticking away. Here come the smokes towards outside, though.
Nasty's going to lurk on B as well right now. Zaz is on top of the train to spot that up. She's also called, I think, for Mimi to rotate off of this, which buys more space on the A side. Amy's going to go. They're going to execute on this as well. And it's Leah and CC in the site first. Alex in prime position, but the flash actually catches them. She's still going to get the kill, CC, as Alex finally on the approach had the trade potential regardless. The timing works at Ivy, all by taking down Giuliano early, but look at the retake as Mimi and Nikki come back in. And luckily, Alex gets the trade back in their favor, and they can control the post-plant position. There will be no reset. It's a second round for LDLC.
Yeah, nice work there. Much more control. Getting that first pick, slowing things down, seeing where the CT reaction comes in. They show a little bit of presence towards inside, potentially pull the CT from outside as well, and then they did a full execute onto the A bomb site, get the bomb down. It was a bit touch and go with the timing. I think there's about 6 seconds left when they actually got it down, but that's absolutely fine. And they get 10-2 here. Something to work with now as we enter round number 13. Giuliano on the AWP this time. See where she decides to go. Looking like it's going to be focusing towards main. Misses the first shot, but heavy presence from LDLC towards outside.
Vilga's on top of the train this time to see through the smoke. Alex that gets the equalizing kill, though. It's again on Giuliano. Mimi, flash goes backwards the wrong way, and unfortunately steps into the flames. That's enough for Amy to close it down onto her. An additional Molotov to cut off a rotation. Does that reach far enough into the corner to reach Vilga? I don't think it does, so she doesn't have to use the smoke. But it does allow for the bomb plant. Further that as well from an aid, and finally LDLC are coming to life in this game. They're gonna find Zaz on the rotation. Alex going for the flank play as Nikki comes back in. She might get nasty, but watch the trade. She gets just around the corner in time, but information given, and Alex is still searching for her here.
Yep, absolutely. 2-on-1. I don't really feel like she has much footing. This is much better team play from LDLC, making sure the crossfires are coming in, and if a player does get dropped, it can be answered straight away there. But it's Nikki coming out on top here. Now coming down to a 1-on-1. Bomb ticking away, though. Needs to find his next kill, and it's not going to come in. CC with the AWP from main. It takes down Nikki and giving LDLC their third round. The best thing about that is as well, they've actually broken the economy of WeRunThisPlace as well. So potentially fourth coming in. And like you said, they went down 10-0, but they're finally coming to life here in the closing segments of this half. WeRunThisPlace with no choice but to weaker for last year, but we saw what they did with just USPs on Cobble. Can they bring that form back once again?
CC's going to hold again for that aggression, but it's not going to arrive this time because with pistols, it's a change in play. 3 on B, pushing, wanting information, and they're going to take the fight directly to LDLC in the halls. Juliano's already evaded the first detection from above. She slipped beyond that railing, and they're still going to wait, though. LDLC, they seem to have an idea that these aggressive players are going to come out. And this time it's going to work again, at least initially. The pop flash back in for Vilga had a threat, but it has no hope afterward. It's going to be a 4 versus 2 LDLC now with a whole lot of control in this round.
Yeah, absolutely. Just holding nice and slow there, seeing whether the CT aggression does come in. WeRunThisPlace deciding to go in towards lower round, but they do get punished for it as well. Leah has been dropped. And now it's just Nikki and Mimi remaining. But just look at the patience from LDLC. Don't want to give anything away here. We have got one player in the form of Nasty with the MAC-10 going towards inside. Does find a kill onto Mimi as well, and that opens up the site. Means her teammates can rotate in and get the bomb planted, but Nikki is waiting. Lovely shot with the Desert Eagle there. And it's now a 3-on-1, but she has got some options now. She's recovered the weapon. Well,
has she, though? Yeah, I don't think she actually picked it up. It's not showing, at least in the overlay. Oh, apparently not. Deagle it is, but 3 still to find. And with that kill from her alone, they've obviously taken the bomb back to A as we see it. It's going to get planted down, and they can scatter themselves into reasonable position. CC tagged up on that initial peek. Needs to be careful with the AWP as she tries to redress the situation. And Nikki's actually gone back.
And she's got a Molotov as well, so could potentially find a couple of kills here, you know, but it's not going to happen. Alex does find the frag, and it's going to be 10-4. That's actually 4 rounds in a row for LDLC, so all to play for now. They got 10-5. It's not a bad half at all. And it's going to be WeRunThisPlace with more of a difficult buy here. You can see no head armor. Obviously against AK, it's not a huge deal. They have got the AWP back onto Vilga this time as well. Nikki's actually had a really big game here. 15 for 4. And it's actually a double AWP set up for LDLC to finish things off here.
And now it's back to the basic setup from WeRunThisPlace. Slight difference in that Giuliano is going to be playing the M4 at Ivy, and Vilga's got the AWP at dead end out toward A main. Molotov, that'll force Giuliano out of position. And so as not to allow them to push forward and take advantage of that, she'll re-smoke the Ivy. But they've got the patience right now. Remember, the extra 10 seconds does allow teams to sit and be a little bit more comfortable and complacent with this utility in front of them. It's going to be Nasty and Amy that are actually trying to figure out what's going on the B side. Meanwhile, and again, it's just Zaz over there right now. So if they could force a rotation, it could work well for them in this A execution.
Well, CC does take down Giuliano towards Ivy there as well. So once again, LDLC getting that man advantage, and it's going to be them slowing things right down. The problem is they have got the double AWP set up, so getting onto the bomb site gets a bit trickier, but Vilga still alive with the AWP. Going to be holding strong and maybe refacing towards Ivy here, but LDLC want to slow things right down. You can see them actually setting up for smokes right now, so could go for that outside execute once again. Nasty making her way down towards the pop dog, and we'll see what she can do with that secondary AWP.
Zaz is pushed into the corner as well, though. This could be big. This could dictate the entire round. Amy's going to slip past her down the ramp, but now she'll pop out. She's got 2 to line up, but you can't get either of them. It's going to be Leah that gets the kill. They go low on HP. CC with only 6, but crucially still alive as the bomb goes toward the B site. All 3 rotating in from the Z connector right now. And they'll find Alex on arrival. CC's got the high ground with an AWP. There's no nades to be deployed to try and distill her from it either. As Amy gets Vilga, Leah gets the other, and it's on Mimi to at least try and respond. 1 versus 2. An M4 in hand, she's spotted out. Amy's the one at distance, but not the one with the HP. It's Cece who's gonna walk out and take the AWP, and 5 straight rounds. They called the timeout 8-0 down, but 5 straight rounds, that's a great comeback in that half.
Yeah, absolutely. A 10-0 to come back with a 10-5, that's pretty insane, I have to say, and it's LDLC with some great fundamentals that is working those initial picks quite efficiently with the AK and AWP combo, and then slowing things right down and making sure those crossfires actually working out when they got the bomb planted. That was a huge problem for them in those first 10, unable to clutch out situations when they were getting the bomb down as well. So signs of life here. They are currently 1-0 down in this best of 3. We'll see how the CT half goes for them. I think we have got a slight pause coming in. It looks like a Counter-Strike crash has happened. But yeah, at least LDLC have something to work with now.
I mean, something to work with is the key structure in that sense. They're not done just yet in terms of a comeback, but they've given themselves a real chance, a better chance than I was expecting how this half started. I mean, they were struggling even to get kills in the opening few rounds, but they adapted well. They discovered that with smokes at the front of the A site, there was chances to get bombs down, and then the issue was post-plants. They had adjusted that as well. So credit where credit is due in that sense.
Indeed. I'm interested to see how the pistol goes down. Obviously, there are a few options we see from the elite teams. You can just do something very simple and go towards the inside site, 1 smoke down towards lower. And the idea is just sending all 5 players there. It's very likely you're going to win that initial exchange, or at least get the first kill or the second. And then the idea is even if you lose the round, you almost guarantee the bomb plant in that situation. So it just means even if you lose that, you still have the bomb, and it's quite easy to win that situation as well. As soon as the bomb's planted, you're sending everyone pushing down towards the backtracks, trying to stop the CTs rotating in. But here we go then. It's going to be WeRunThisPlace on the T side now. We'll have a look at their buy coming in. It's looking like 4 sets of armor. Vilga on that smoke grenade, so that does suggest this inside tactic will be an option for them. You need more than 1 smoke to try and execute towards outside. Let's see what they bring to the table here. CTs have got a CZ and a 5-7 actually on Alex with a HE. And we go into the first round now.
And so far, all quiet on the Western Front. Alex will be the first to be confronted by this push. Ooh. They go down the ladder though. Giuliano immediately takes out Nasty. Alex forced back by this, has the nade ready. It could do decent damage as well if she had thrown it then, but she has no information to work off of. So instead, she'll redraw the 5-7. Smoke, now time for the nade. Bounces up, that's gonna hit all 4 players on the ramp, and Nikki goes down to 42 off of that, so basically kissing the nade when it detonated. Vilga's got the first kill in return though. Alex will go down, but she's called for the rotation, and Cece gets there early, but Zaz turns around, it's a quick headshot.
Lovely stuff there, and it's going to be a 3-on-2 now. Leah and Amy on the fast retake. Got the defuse kit, so definitely still options for them going forward, but you can see how passive WeRunThisPlace are being here. No utility for them, so there's no chance of molotoving the bomb, but here comes a defuse. It's actually a fake tap, and the reaction comes in from the terrorist now. It's going to be Giuliano taking down Leah, and Mimi to finish the job off as well. So nice pistol round there from WeRunThisPlace. Get themselves into a firm position going forward to take this second map, but we'll see how the CTs react going into the second round. Will they be force buying? Obviously, scouts are very viable on this map. We'll see what they can bring to the table.
Absolutely viable on this map, but another pistol round going to WeRunThisPlace. That's 3 out of 4 now so far in this series.
We have got a MAC-10 on towards Zaz. And 3 rifles as well. Nikki just staying on the pistol here. Means they can have those 2 players going in. Again, that suggests they're going towards inside with that MAC-10 is getting in. But it is a force buy from LDLC. They know they're a little bit far gone here. Nasty flashing into A main, doesn't actually land the flash, but has pushed the terrorists back at least. And there's going to be Nikki opening things up and taking down Leah there with the pistol. And now it is a 5-on-4, still in favor of WeRunThisPlace.
Smoke on the Ivy. Nasty, 2 quick kills though. And Amy's gonna pick up Nikki with a fast headshot for the 5-7. This round is on its head because suddenly there's guns picked up and a 2-person advantage to work with. Cece again on Mimi, the Deagle headshot, and it's all on Vilga. Suddenly things getting torn apart and brought back to life for LDLC.
Absolutely. That's absolutely nuts. Nasty with the CZ. Pays off massively for her. And now Vilga's been dinked as well. This round is over, Matt. It's going to be 4 players surviving for the CTs as well with just pistols. That's pretty impressive. And Vilga doing what she can. Does land the dink as well. But that's not going to be enough in this situation. No real options to get a bomb plant down. Needs to find kills, but there's 4 of them required.
Vilga's 16 HP with the Galil. Salvage what she can in the round. Expecting a flank, not going to find one, but where's her opening back into this? 21 seconds, and it may just be to save the Galil at this point in time. It looks like that's the choice. Armor, Galil, smoke saved, so something to work with for them in the next round, but LDLC take back control. I just finished saying they'd lost 3 out of 4 pistols, but an eco will do in this situation.
Of course. It's great news for LDLC around. They definitely needed that. It's a little bit of a risk to force buy in that second round, especially on a map like Train. If you were to lose that, you don't have the AWP going into that first gun round, but they pulled it off and they've picked up AKs as well. So this is a great round for them, but WeRunThisPlace is going to be forcing straight back, of course. They've got AKs, Galils, and Tech 9s with some smoke grenades as well. So they'll be looking to buy back here. And we'll have a look at LDLC's finish buy. They've got 3 Famuses and the salvaged AK-47s, but this round's going to be a big one. If WeRunThisPlace can win this, it could potentially mean 2 rounds in a row for LDLC on the eco. 5 players looking like they're committing towards inside as well. So this will be more of what we saw in the pistol. Smoke down towards lower ramp. Flashbangs go through. And then try and get the bomb down and use the Molotov they have as well to stop any rotating CTs. But they're kind of catching on to this a little bit. 2 of them waiting. CC going towards upper ramp as well. But they have crossed undetected so far.
Zaz going to step with the Molotov through the window at B. Likely go down toward the sidewalk. Smoke as well, and then a fast play. They have to consider the fact that CC's in a decent position as well, though. On top of the trade, they don't have to consider that at all. Giuliano's got the entry with the AK. Smoke as well. Alex limited in the rotation, late to do anything. So an inevitable bomb plant coming down from WeRunThisPlace, but how much more? Are they going to respond immediately? Because they've now picked up an AK to complement that one rifle they started the round with, and it's still in the hands of Vilga. Mind you, 17 HP. Mimi's gonna fall. Leah's pushed forward. She's gonna go all the way toward the bomb. She wants blood. She wants everyone she can find. And she's gonna get a little bit more as well as Alex takes down Zaz. It's all suddenly on Juliana and Vilga, but still a 2 versus 2. The crossfire works out perfectly.
Great timing there in the 2-on-2 situation. Vilga and Juliana facing at exactly the same time. Find the kills. And as I said before, that's a really hard reset for LDLC. Only $1,400 coming into their accounts after that full buy last. And they're going to struggle now going forward. WeRunThisPlace should be getting round number 13 here. What's the options for LDLC? Looking like they're going for the full eco. Not going to be forcing anything here. Just some PT-50s and 1 CZ and a 5.7, so no armor to complement it or any nades. But they did it before the CZ, but that was with armor. Can they do it this time?
Mimi Deagle this time. Jumping across. Trying to bait out shots and get information. Amy's got herself at a close angle. 5.7, extremely potent in this position. She fires already. That gives away her angle, and Mimi does manage to get her attention back there with the Deagle in time to take her down. Having said that, though, she does go down to 25 HP, so a silver lining perhaps, but Zaz taking nasty. Means the round gets even more unlikely to go the way of LDLC.
5-on-3 now. CC, Leah, and Alex remain. Got to be spread out across the map. Just going to be Alex alone towards that inside area, and WeRunThisPlace is seeing if any mistakes are going to be made. I'm going to be splitting towards outside from main and Ivy, it seems as well. Bomb just recovered. As we hit the 50-second mark now, this is the smokes coming in. It's kind of taking away any points of risk here, but it's going to be CC with the silent USP, taking out Mimi, giving them options here, but Zaz does reply straight away.
Vilga's gone through the smoke with the pop flash. Leah can't do anything of it with the P250. She's going to be heard as well by Nikki, who's just going to walk around and execute with the AK-47. Straight assassination as Alex tries to do what she can salvage, but nothing is only the answer she'll find. And it's 3 to go for WeRunThisPlace to meet up against CLG Red, who await in the final.
Indeed. Still, money not a great prospect for LDLC in this round. About 3.2k average, and the team going to be taking another eco on the chin here. Just going to have a Desert Eagle CZs, and Amy's picked up a bit of body armor as well, but this is looking very likely to be going 14-6 in favor of WRTP.
CC's going to sit back toward the hitch where Vilga is peering with that AWP. Giuliano, though, has already got the ladder, and she's already got a kill. Nasty's down. Alex fell beforehand. Amy's going to try and compensate again with an aggressive play. Same gun, same 5.7, and this time it's more successful. It's Mimi that she'll get, but Vilga holds the angle, and it's an immediate trade. So still nothing to try and compensate the difference. This could be interesting though, as Leah comes out late, but from the range, there was no chance against the AK and the armored opponent.
Yeah, really difficult shot there. I thought she was going to leave it and try and run behind potentially and get some intel there, but it's just going to be CC remaining 4-on-1. Does have the Desert Eagle, but everyone from WRTP is making their way towards the inside site. It will be planted, and this is almost impossible now. There is a gun dropped, and CC's recovered it as well, so saving that AK, I think, is the most viable option here going forward. Just getting towards T-spawn, I would say, and let's try and keep a hold of that rifle. Like, killing anyone on the other team, it's not going to be a massive deal in terms of their money. They're so close to winning this one, have a couple of rounds stored in terms of cash available, and keeping 4 players alive as well. This is just risky for CC to even try and challenge this. Now her position's given away. No chance of winning the round, I would say. Just the point to save your gun, because Nicky's going to find you now, and this is where things get complicated as you do get dropped.
Absolutely. So 14 now. 2 to go. We can start to count them down. Money in the hands this time of the CTs, and immediately they go straight to the AWP on CC. And for all intents and purposes, they pretty much have to at this point.
Oh yeah, of course. It's 1 round away from being match points here in this best of 3 for WeRunThisPlace. Shout out to the crowd cheering right now. That's not our crowd, but they're making noise regardless.
Noise is good. I like noise today, Henry. CC angle held. She's got the AWP shot. Zaz gets found immediately. And a smart play, falls back, smokes it off. And as soon as she does, Alex will push up to the corner. So a set piece that comes out from the CTs after finding for the first kill. Giuliano, though, this boost, it's so clever. It's used so often, and to see above that smoke, and she'll do massive damage. Not a kill, but massive damage onto Amy. And Nasty knows they're inside of that ladder room. Having seen that happen, she tries to compensate for it. But there's still not much aggression coming out from WeRunThisPlace. With 1 already lost, they just have to sit back and try and find their footing with a pick.
5-on-4. Yeah, like you said, just trying to find the next frag here. It's going to be Nikki that takes it down. 4-on-4 now, and shots coming in from Giuliano. Takes down Nasty. CC trying to do what she can with that AWP. Looking like the bomb will be planted towards outside, and Molotovs raining in towards Connector as well. That's going to open up opportunities. As Amy, though, lurking behind the trains, trying to do what she can there. But going to be Molotov. That's a dangerous push to go through. Vilga capitalizes, and now Alex left in a horrible situation, but she does find the drop on towards Nikki.
Mimi now inside the site toward the hitch, has to be careful of which approach she takes because Alex is getting so close. The bomb's not yet planted. That Molotov, it's not quite going to reach the planter, and thankfully Mimi gets Alex first because Vilga was low enough that if that Molotov had hit, that would have been the end of her. And it's all on CC. 21 HP and an AWP to try and take back the A site. Good flash peek. The timing was there, and she nearly hit the shot, CC, but Mimi is going to do it instead, and it is now going to be series point for WeRunThisPlace.
It is, and not much money available for LDLC either. So good exchanges there. WeRunThisPlace actually lost the first frag there, but like you said, Giuliano with the creative boost towards Pop Dog. It's smoked down, you can boost over it and see through the window. Didn't manage to find a kill, but did do decent damage. I mean, LDLC now with not too many options. Nasty with the Mag 7, the rest of the players on towards pistols here. As we enter round number 22, potentially the last round of the series.
Nasty as well with that shotgun to try and get up toward ladder. Go for broke. Everything in to try and salvage something in this game to pull it back if they can. Just a thread to pull on as Alex gets close to the corner. She's got company. That's going to clear it out by going for that jump, but good shot from Alex. The second bullet does the damage and the job. And she has to fall back, though, because look how low on HP she is, and Giuliano goes for the repeat. So again, a trade completely offsets that early advantage. And now 4 versus 4. They're going to attack B site with force, as they already have the smoke out to cover off the sidewalk. That covers as well the transfer toward the site. And a Molotov, meaning that they can't cross over LDLC. But they will get a kill from Leah. Good shot from the 5-7. Giuliano's low. She might have found it, but Giuliano finds the way. And we run this place. Have won it. I almost messed up their name, Henry. But either way, that's a pretty impressive game, I have to say. 2
very convincing scorelines there. They go at 10-0 in the first half. Fair play to LDLC. They did fight back after the pause and showed they could compete on this map. 5 rounds in a row. The second half, though, not so promising because actually it was a very convincing victory for WRTP.
There you go.
End.
You got it.
Getting it now. So we'll be ready for the final.
Absolutely. Well, that is exactly the case now. So they reach the final, and I have to say, a very impressive fashion. It was CLG that had a much harder time with their best friends, Karma. But I have to say that this final should be excellent between these two teams. There's a lot of experience on both sides, and I honestly don't know which side I would tip in that.
From what I've seen, I'm very impressed by WRTP. I think they look very strong. Juliana and Vilga as well, they look like they're fragging very well indeed. And the positional control from Juliana,
yes,
very good understanding
absolutely.
of the game, right? It seems like she's backstabbing almost every single round. It's been very impressive to watch.
Yeah, no, that is something we have to bring to light. On Cobblestone, we saw it, particularly that push through the B tunnels. Here on Train, we saw the flank when she pushed out from Ivy. So very impressive. Vilga is also the one on the AWP. So with Juliano on the rifle, she's taking advantage of that and trying to use that position. So interesting. It's definitely working very, very well for them.
We saw Train and Cobble. That'll be interesting to see what the final brings to the table. I feel like WRT's Cobble looked so strong. I don't think anyone will be going near that, to be honest. That was a perfect map for them as well. Their T side seems like it had some decent executions as well. I'm very excited to see how they match up against CLG. I guess this is the final maybe everyone anticipated. Seems like they're the two big names in the tournament so far.
Absolutely, and that final coming up in a minute. But speaking of Giuliano and that excellent map control, she's on the stage with everyone's favorite person, OJ Borg.
Oh, you smoothie, you absolute smoothie. In the words of Jason Moses, that was fairly easy, wasn't it?
Pretty easy, yes.
He would have said you played that like a load of ballers. Is it the tough match you needed going into a final against CLG Red?
I mean, we're here to win only, so we'll do whatever.
So it doesn't matter to you maybe that if you'd gone to 3 maps, you'd be in better form, you'd have had more play, you'd be ready to go, or for you, doesn't matter, you'll play what you play?
We're on top form right now.
Okay, so if anyone from CLG Red is watching this right now, what would you say to them?
See you in the final, we'll come for you.
There you go. Just a lady, a few words. Thank you very much, Juliana. Thank you very much. She is going to be fantastic, and that will be our final, which is coming up in the next half an hour to an hour's time. Before that, though, we are going to do our show match, and before we get to that, I shall hand it over to the machine who's on the desk.
Thanks very much, OJ. Giuliano looking confident, sounding confident as well. We're coming for you. I like that.
She's the Crims of the women's scene.
What, just kind of very few words, but quietly confident.
And honest.
Very honest, yeah. Oh, it's going to be a good game. We destroyed you. But, I mean, technically, let's stick to that destroy word, because a 2-0 and Train almost equally as quick as Cobble. It's sometimes you kind of sit there and go, what is there to say? It felt like LDLC were outclassed in that one, Sapphire.
It was just, you know, they were in just a whole new higher level, you know. 10-0 start, I believe it was. LDLC picked up a few rounds second of the half, and they even won an eco round after WRTP won the pistol, but really just not much to say. Nikki came to play. She was top fragging, I believe. Giuliano finally picked up that op like I predicted, but Vilga had it most of the time.
Together like,
exactly, please.
I look like I know what I'm talking about.
I think it's just a clear example of, you know, one team outclassing the other and just outperforming them in pretty much every aspect of the game. Once you're up 10-0 at that point, you know, they did lose 5 rounds in a row, but I think they got maybe a bit overconfident. They knew that the game is pretty much won for them at that point, so you know, relax a bit too much, make some mistakes and so on. But in the end, even after, you know, losing that second round, after getting eco, they still managed to pull through very early on.
Yeah, and I can't help but feel their T side looked good as well, coming on that Train side of things, despite their success on CT. They didn't have to do too much, admittedly, but still, I feel like a big statement has been made there by, and I'm never going to remember this, WRTP. I'm never going to say the full thing either, but yeah, either way, very big success there. I want to outline the storyline coming into this grand final. We will do it again when we do get there, however, that's a while away. But you've got a team who, defending champions, can I call them that, Heather? I know there's only 3 of them. But I mean, to some extent
of this event, they're certainly the defending champions. In terms of female events, though, the most recent female event was won by CLG. So you've got 2 of the top dogs going out against each other.
And so, with CLG's success, did that come easy, or did we have a similar game like we did on our first semi-final where it was all tooth and nail? Is there any specific games?
CLG had to work hard. The last time, though, that they played each other, CLG had a pretty easy time against WRTP, and that was in the ESWC Grand Finals. So going back to that, CLG was certainly the favorite, but WRTP is looking pretty good right now.
Okay, so what the scene is kind of set for this grand final. You guys have got your head around it. We have too. I love that we've basically got this bit of a rivalry already struck. They met in grand finals before. These guys are no stranger to meeting one another on the grand final stage with the audience. We know the Katowice likes to bring the audience. We know they like to bring the hype. However, before we bring you your grand finals, there's something we need to do. We've got some fun show matches around the corner, and I don't know how much OJ or anyone has explained this to you, but basically we're going to be rocking Astralis. You know the boys from Denmark. They're going to be present on the stage. It's a very similar structure to what we did at Gamescom, whereby we're going to be getting members of the audience, members of the crowd, passionate CS fans, to play. I forgot my words then. Did you see that? I was like, passionate CS fans, what are they doing? What are they doing? Oh yeah, 1v5s. They start with basically they start at 1v5, and if they can do that, they add another Astralis member, and if they can do that, they add another. And basically we got Cajun, Device, and Carrigan sitting in the wings, ready to try and flex their CS muscles versus the crowd, and that's going to be coming up next. They are just setting up right now on stage. So if you are still here in the audience and you think you can give it a go, do be sure to let our admins know. We're going to take a bit of an extended break while we set this one up, but you do not want to miss this. It's going to be awesome. Astralis versus Katowice.